Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got views.
Yeah.
Crazy energy.
Yeah.
You know how many people probably came through here and laid some timeless shit down, and it's probably a list. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So, first of all, I appreciate you letting us do this.
Oh, it's love, buddy.
Yeah. I've been a fan of yours since the first time I heard your music. It's been almost 2 years ago.
Thank you, Doc.
And you've always been somebody that it's ever since I first heard it. I was like, man, I like what you do. I like your whole vibe. I like how original you are. You know what I mean? So you was always the one that I was like, man, I'd love to sit down with him. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely, Doc. Yeah, and you know, you can't help but, especially when we all live in the same shit, baby. We got life and wife and kids and job and whatever else comes, baby, and then we still chasing our passion that we invested so much of our life in, baby. We still after it. So when you see somebody grinding, baby, you can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I love to see somebody putting in the time and popping out the content, especially after y'all lost your people. Now you stepping up and carrying it forward. You can't help but commend that, dog.
Warren would have loved you, bro.
Rest in peace, Warren.
Yeah, he would have loved you. Y'all would have clicked instantly, for sure.
I had, you know, I think the video with him outside snapping on the neighbor.
Yeah.
That got down there, and we thought that was the funniest shit we had.
Thunderdome. I'm on
We thought
Thunderdome.
that shit was the funniest shit in the world, dog.
Yeah.
I think people could recite that shit.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
they put
If I come over and stick my finger in your booty, bitch, or whatever you say.
It was put on T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
He was a big, you know, you can't, that dude had huge energy, you know,
Yeah.
and to see him come home and get reestablished, dog. I was pulling for him, and I think I made a story or something about it, wishing I had connected with him and not waited like, oh, that'd be the perfect time and I get to rub hands with him, you know.
Sure.
So, you know, don't delay, bitch. If you want to, if you got love for somebody, reach out to them and show them, dog.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I hate that I didn't take advantage of that, but it's still, yeah, rest in peace, Warren, dog.
Yeah, for sure. So are you originally from Louisiana?
Yep, born and raised Monroe, Louisiana, St. Francis Hospital. You know, little twin cities divided by a river, country. Got a little inner city. You know, right there on the edges, you got a good mix of people, and you know, we grew up playing sports and you know, organized baseball, football, you know, that type of shit. But just country, small town, man. You know, not a whole lot to do. Monroe,
Right.
Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah. When how would you say your childhood was growing up? Like,
Oh man, I was blessed. I had hard-working parents. My dad, you know, we kept in touch. He lived in Monroe. He was in the car business. Spent most of his life hustling, you know, and chasing that car business down. So my stepdad, Mike Phillips, pretty much raised me. And God bless my mama. But yeah, dog, I had excellent role models. Taught me good work ethic by being, you know, faith, and you know, I had good parents, baby. I had a good opportunity to go out and seize whatever it was, but by my pops not being there, I let that, as a young man, not knowing how to control that energy, I let that shit guide me to the, you know, I'm trying to prove I wasn't no punk or some shit, you know.
Right.
Thought I had something to prove, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us go through that shit. You know, we think we got some. My dad wasn't here, so I got to, you know, we all had some shit. But I had every opportunity in the world to, good upbringing.
Do you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I got a sister. Matter of fact, my sister is 10 years older than me. She kind of turned me on to the hip hop culture by way of movie. We went to Colors together.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
We went to Juice together. We went to Minister. We went to the Rim together. My sister turned me on to the movies, and by way of the movies, I fell in love with West Coast gangster music.
Yeah.
And shit, baby, that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote. I was so passionate, and you know, try to find my place in the culture. When I was young, there really wasn't none, because it wasn't no big white boy scene to get involved with.
Right.
So if you like hip hop, bitch, this is, you know.
Yeah.
Small audience of white boys.
Yeah.
So now to see it where it is,
yeah,
dog, now to see it where it is, And to get to see it in my lifetime, to come from the only white boy in the club in Louisiana to this stage, man, shout out to everybody that come before me, dog. Demon's here with me today, and Demon's such a
shout out Demon Jones,
good
for sure.
role model, dog, and a leader, and got the best energy, dog. But anyway, just it's humbling to see how far the white boy rap shit has come, dog, and what stage it's at, and how many people are paying and taking care of shit ton of people off of this rap shit, dog. Beautiful thing, baby.
Yeah.
And even the content creators, we can all eat, bitch. We can all eat.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's a family.
It's love,
Very
man.
very welcoming.
We was talking earlier about sharing our assets. If we had something that could benefit everybody and we could all kind of bring our little secret weapon to the table, shit.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Like we were talking, I just recently just met Adam and Adam's people, but it's a family. They welcomed us with open arms, just like Jelly's family did, which I've known Jelly since 2005. So that's been a longer thing, but like same with Adam, it was just real welcoming. Everybody's real cool and supportive, and that's what it's about, man. To me, you know.
I've been welcomed with open arms up here too, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Up Church, got to meet him. Shout out Jelly, got to rub hands with him. Man, it's, you know, I'm honored to be a part at this level, you know.
Right. What age did you decide? Like, did you start getting into like rap? Like, I know you said you was into it through the movies from your sister.
It was young, man.
Yeah.
By 10 years old, I had a musical family. So we go to Thanksgiving in Alexandria, Louisiana, Central Louisiana, and they picking at the fireplace, and the aunts is singing and whistling, and if you had a talent, you brought it outside, and we was finna jam the rest of the evening while they was drinking, and that's what we was doing in the yard, playing music. Kids is playing football, and as I got older, I was like, shit, I'm gonna slip in there and see if I can get me a little something. They had bought them a brand new, the big old backpack ass video camera.
Oh yeah,
like
with the VHS tapes,
rocket launcher on your fucking shoulder, all Schwarzenegger. Anyhow, so I think we go upstairs, me and my cousin write down a little thing, we come down and we do our little big bop, but baby, like when I got on to like Ice Cube and then we started going to the mall, and now they're selling maxi singles 3 for $5, and every one of them's got an instrumental on the back.
Yep.
And we got an Iowa stereo that we went in and put $150 on that had a mic, and then we put the paper and the piece of tape over the tape and do the ad-libs. By this time, we're like actually making music on the weekends while we're hanging out and chilling. Like, you know, started off making it whipping it up on the stove, wherever, how y'all we'll go in the fucking firecracker stand, and if the bitches got electricity, and we'll record. Anywhere we could get in. And, you know, it was just at that time where now I've got a bunch of my white friends that are wanting to just come over and get drunk and play on this, you know, so we kind of become a little, that's where it all started, you know.
Yeah. How old did you say you were?
In Alexandria, my first little rap, probably 10 years old.
Oh yeah.
Probably my apartment, maybe a little bit before the apartment. Probably started trying to tape myself and do little shit like that on a little small jukebox, probably at 12 or 14. I would write the lyrics of the singles that I had bought. I think it was Crucial Conflict, Hey. They rapped so double time that I couldn't pick it up. And so I wrote it down because I wanted to be able to like they was doing it.
I used to do that with Bone Thugs and Harmony, but I would look up the lyrics. I'd look up the lyrics because I'd buy the albums and study them, bro.
Yeah.
And
I was like you said, about to study the shit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pass this bitch 100 flying colors. That's how passionate I was about it.
Yeah. When did you? So you started off doing that. When did you start putting together, like, say, your first tape or your first CD, like your first group of music? You know.
First project.
The karaoke shit turned into like now these guys are going around and passing around these little karaoke tapes, and the dude says he wants to sign me. I'm like, we ain't got no damn record label in Monroe. I go meet Tito Davis. He's a local dude from Richwood, Southside. He got a little shop over there, Legalized Records, where he's selling you can come get all the Houston mixtapes. You can, bitch, you got everything over there. All the New Orleans bounce. If there was underground New Orleans or underground Texas or underground Dallas, Tito had all of it.
Yeah.
And it, to me, walking in, he had this little shop. It wasn't much, but he's got the shop. He's selling records. Slim Thug and Ray Face are stopping by, dropping off fucking mixtapes. And I'm like, damn, this dude, you know. So we didn't do no paperwork or no shit like that, but we did do a radio single. It did really good at home. And I think me and Tito did a couple of little singles together, but realized that we probably wasn't ready to take on that responsibility or challenge, so we kind of parted ways. But Tito Davis was actually, the Legalized Records was my first group to claim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was probably 17 years old.
I heard you on one of your songs I was listening to on the way here when you was talking about DJ Screw hit you up at 98 or 99. He called you. Yeah. And back coming, and then you said I forgot the lyrics exactly, but I heard that stood out to me because I'm a huge fan of Houston rap altogether. Pimp C's my favorite rapper of all time. So
Texas had a huge impact on me.
I figured since she was from Louisiana, that's y'all right close.
We got everything by way of the interstate that they were doing. Because that's how you got your music out then. You got on the interstate and you popped every little mom and pop that they had, and so Houston came to us by way of Alexandria, and I had, like, their style was so unique, and they had their own talk and walk and dress and cars and rims, and like, damn, boy, these son of bitches don't care what's going on outside of Houston, Texas. And I thought that was dope. Like, nobody affected. I'm sure they had a lot of influences like we all do, but once they found their little niche, and that's what drew me to them. They had their own you know, and growing up off of Memphis, Paul sampling everything and Juicy sampling Trump, you know, just whatever they were doing, dog. It was, I always loved that sampled and tapped sound. It just like so southern and like represents us as a culture so good. Just when you hear that pop, pop, chop, chop, you know.
And you can hear that in your music, bro. Like, you can hear it, like the way that you chop, the way that you. I can tell that you're a fan of like that style of rap too. That's awesome. Like, who are some of your favorites from out that way?
I would have to say UGK, no doubt. Scarface, like, for the common sense and needing to have an exit plan, you know, from the streets, and being, you know, you still got to be wise. Even if you are in these street situations, baby, you still got to have some guidance to get out of there. And I think Scarface kind of did that for me as I matured. So UGK, Pimp C, absolutely. Scarface, Andre 3000, Big Boy, just the same. All the Dungeon family. But Texas-wise, Screw had the biggest impact on me, dog, because we passed by the store. Sunday, we're leaving. We passed by the store for 2 hours. I was like, dog, get off the gas. Let's beat it, baby. I mean, couple more. Let's stop at the store one more time. We pull back. We see a little blue Regal there. I see a little short, pudgy dude unlocking the door. I said, dude, that is Screw. Screw is opening the shop on a Sunday. Like, this probably don't happen very often. So anyway, something happened with his cousin Bub. He had to come open the shop. He opens the shop up for us, puts in the white M&M with the black E. What was that?
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's playing You Don't, but he's got it screwed. He said, bitch, I had this in since Tuesday. And back then everything dropped on Tuesday, and this was Sunday. And I said, but anyway, it was just, I come in, he puts on Eminem. And then comes and tells me how much, and here I am, this white boy, finna not probably do nothing. You know, buy my tapes, get my stuff, buy a shirt or two, show some love, but not wear out my welcome and get to rapping at this guy for 20 minutes.
Right, I feel you.
But my homeboy wasn't gonna let that happen. Like, you know, Galen paid for his tapes, and he said, don't let this dude behind me leave without spitting. Don't let this dude leave behind me. He said, your homeboy said he could spit. He put on the instrumental, come to the gate, and I got to going. Next thing I know, he had unlocked the gate and come out there and had my hand squeezed just right there looking me in the eyeballs, dog. So and then spent the whole day out in the Texas heat with us like we had known each other for 20 years. They ain't known me from a can of paint, dog.
Yeah.
Spent the whole day with us.
Yeah.
We going to the show after this, and this is the hotel, baby. If y'all want to stop and kick it, pull up at the hotel, this is where we're going to be, and then this is where the show is be. Y'all just trail behind us like
just took y'all in.
The first time meeting me.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't want to wear out my welcome, so we missed the deal. We kept in communication on the phone, and then I was doing most of the calling, but then he called me and was like, hey, we got this going on. It'd be a good opportunity for you to get in here and meet some people. And then I call this girl. We got the news at work. We were on my 3 to 11 shift break at GM. I went out to the truck and called his girlfriend, and she told me that they had passed. We had heard a rumor going around the plant that he had passed.
Yeah.
And I went to a deep hole off the drink, baby. I mean, a deep hole off the drink when he passed.
Yeah.
I had so much invested in doing something with him, you know?
Yeah. Plus just being such a big fan of him and everything that he put out at that time, man. Screw tapes were. And what's crazy is those guys were like Slim Thug and Paul Wall and Chameleon and all them. Bro, they were millionaires just in Texas, bro.
Platinum out the trunk.
Yeah, just in Texas. It's crazy. All right, so after that, after you heard about DJ Screw and all that passing, and then where did you go from there as far as like your music? As far as was you just still
I gave industry music one more try.
I can't take it.
I know we kind of skipped over it, but I had dealings with A&Rs and industry people and suit and tie guys that told me we was gonna dress me up like Young Jeezy. I was gonna be the white brick man. I said, baby, I got parents and people that know me. When they look in the camera, baby, they gonna see me. If they not, baby, I gotta go back home.
Yeah.
I can't put on no suit, baby. And you know, a lot of people kind of tend to think that I've got my own way, my own career, because you know, I'm so big. I come up so underground that, like, bitch, if you go popcorn or you try to come out here with some pom-pom shit, baby, you can't never take that back, baby. We got to roll. We gonna do it my way, and that's just how it's got to be. You know, coming from that underground upbringing, it's got to be unique. It's got to be original. You got to have your own shit.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not really the most popular shit. I could go in here and do some crash shit or start a ride with a country rapper. Why?
Yeah.
Baby, it's love. I done did all that crazy shit, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd be greater later about it if we together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we got to weed the bullshit out just like you do with anything.
For sure.
Know? But, yeah, just I'm honored about it. Damon Jones.
What year did you say that would have been when they were trying to get you to do that? Was that like early 2000s?
Yeah. That's probably the big Cash Money era.
Yeah. Which would make sense because Jeezy was popping around that time, and
we went and entertained some offers, and then I got right back immediately to knowing that I had invested all this time trying to get to the industry, thinking that was the key to this, right?
Right.
And then so disappointed when I found out how it was done. You know, like they create artists, they tell you what's working and what's hot, and you know, if you don't want to get in, blend in with that, you can carry your ass down the road, you know? You don't get to do your own marketing and lyrics and styling until you get verified, and you know. So anyway, I went right back home and tried to independent market again. We pressed up Brodnax versus Brodnax, so it's all my verses from any lost tracks or anything that may have been hot or whatever. I went and took all of my verses off of everything I'd done and put them on a mixtape, and we started pumping them bitches, and we had good results. But I was so down on my habit was stronger than my hustle. My drink habit had become the most important shit, not music or selling CDs. The drink was the most important, you know, and that's where I was at that point. But, you know, you gotta crash, baby. You gotta crash, you know, and that's what built me, you know. That's, you know, it shaped my character, so I wouldn't take it nothing away. But you know, I drug my mama through the mud, bitch. I mean, my family would, that if you've been a part of addiction, baby, you drag your people through your mud, but when you come back and you redeem yourself, bitch.
Yeah.
And then we come back out on a new path and we go try to redeem all them situations that we used to with poison or go extreme or go crazy on. Now we handle it with kindness, bitch, and we humble and just that whole, trying to turn over that whole new leaf, man. That's some, you can't never knock a some bitch that's on this redemption path, dog, and trying to shake yourself out from the ashes. And that's really, I'm kind of on the tail end of that,
Yeah.
kind of tail end of that path, and I just want to finish strong, baby. You know what I mean? And look at,
Yeah, for sure, man. It's definitely paying off. When you did the mixtape, that was still in the mid to late 2000s?
Yeah.
And then from there, where did you go from that point? After you did the mixtape stuff, you still just working on?
I went and got myself, I hit a low, and it's time to go. I'm tired, baby. I'm tired of hustling the phone. I'm tired of hustling the street. I'm tired of scheming bitches. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I went and laid down for 7 months, got my head on straight, got my shit back together, and come back home and really just trying to rebuild. And I was scared to add music to the mix at first because that's really where my habits stem from, you know what I mean? Was music. So just coming home and trying to reestablish me and what I was doing and going back to work instead of hustling, going 9 to 5 and really trying to go straight, and met my wife, had babies, stayed and stuck around them close, early, no passion, no hobby, just all attention on them, and finally felt like I got to the point where, all right, we raised some kids, man. I still got a 3-year-old girl, but I was at the point where I was needing to create, I was needing that outlet again because it's really therapy, it's just therapy for me. And,
for sure.
To dump all my bullshit out,
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome, man. And then, like you said, everybody at some point is going to hit a low. It's all about that. It's all about how you redeem yourself or how you rebound.
About the shake back is
yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like on stuff on your music on like on streaming platforms, the earliest I saw back was like 2013. Some of that stuff. Now, is that the stuff that you started doing after you was doing the family thing and you started getting back into it?
Mr. Brodnax is the first thing you saw from where we're talking about. Well, I had a family and we started doing music again.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Brodnax, the Narrow Path, the Wood Ready, the Lost Tracks, the Road Less Traveled, all that streaming music came after we had to break the separation, so that music got loaded in 2013. But that shit.
Oh, that's way old. I got you. Yeah, that's just when you uploaded it. Okay. And then you started doing that stuff. And when did you start seeing? Did you start seeing like an upswing as far as when you were doing this over the last few years, and you started seeing it really start to gain a little ground?
Absolutely. When I got introduced to the genre, I basically met Adam the day that I got introduced to the genre, at the Louisiana rave.
Okay.
So my first intro to, hey, this is what, they're doing at the mud parks and this is the country rap, shit. I met Adam, we formed a relationship, and then not too long after that, I was in Chicago doing music.
Yeah, and that was like 2018, 2017?
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. That's a great way to get introduced to it. You know what I'm saying?
So I just felt like, the whole time I got welcomed with open arms, especially for somebody on that level to acknowledge a dude that had never been around. So shout out to Adam, dog. And, when it's love like that and people are going to put, so I've just tried to, go my hardest anytime we're involved just to make sure I'm representing everybody that has put me in a position to be here today. I'm gonna represent it every time, baby. I'm gonna represent us every time. So the pull up from Adam, the album with Adam, and then basically he's doing that to kind of push me out here to the genre on a little bit bigger platform, and then I go back home and we're doing it all independently again. So everything that you have been seeing after Brodnax back independent again. And not only that, dog, I got a studio at the end of the driveway now, dog. I mean, I ain't never had access to that.
Yeah,
I'm an engineer that'll come over, whenever we're ready.
Yeah. So that project you're talking about when there was Adam, that's the one that's just a self-titled album that you do with him. Yeah. And then now that brings you kind of to what you're doing now, which is you've been releasing a lot of singles and stuff and like freestyle or like doing remixes and stuff like that. Is it working towards a new project?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like a new solo project?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, I felt like it was so important at this state to just focus my energy on one song and that video and try to put that out as consistently as I can. That's when I saw the most growth. So it kind of put me in the mindset of, dog, do you really need to do an album right now? Let's get some momentum rolling.
Right.
And it was working so good that I'm probably gonna have to keep myself from staying on that path and duck off and put some songs back for the album.
Yeah.
Because I want to just every other Friday, baby, I just want to get something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. Like especially when you did the Upchurch remix, bro. I put so many people that I know onto that. That one, and then everything that you've been dropping since. I love the Jason Williams track. There's a lot. There's not anything that I've heard from you that I didn't like, but I really appreciate, like, I can just tell you really work hard at what you do. You know what I mean? And I also hear influences of like not only Texas but like Atlanta too, like Outkast, Youngbloods. I kind of hear that when I hear your music, which is definitely a good thing because
they inspired a lot of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm excited to see what you got coming up. I know that y'all stay working. I love the whole vibe of all of y'all, like the circle that y'all have got. And how everybody helps each other out. And that's what it's been about. That's what I've been trying to get people to do for years, man. And it's, if everybody will just do that, things will flourish a lot better, I feel like,
Absolutely. It's hard to put your ego aside, but when you're around other men that operate on that high of a frequency, baby, you find your fit and you match that energy, baby, and that's when
Yeah.
Yeah, but hell yeah, it's a good thing to see, especially coming Monday and seeing everybody in the room together, ripping, dog. It just didn't do nothing but excite me to get ready to come for my session today. And I was itching.
Yeah, you're putting in work on Adam's new album, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope, man. I do have a question to ask you, man. I know that I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I know that you do a lot with Jason.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Like what? Yeah, because I always noticed that. My buddy, who's a fan of yours, he doesn't do music. He's just a movie buddy of mine. He was asking me. He's like, mate, see if you ask him about the Jason Voorhees.
I was terrified of Freddy Krueger, man. I was fucking terrified of Jake because the woods in the country, baby, coincide. I felt like he was walking out there for real at that. I got introduced to it. My Uncle Roy let us watch whatever, as long as we wasn't bothering them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we in there young watching shit we wasn't supposed to be watching, and then to finally overcome the shit that I'd be under the covers thinking Freddy Krueger was rubbing his claws on the doorknob. It's, your little mind is just, So
for sure.
Finally overcome them fears, dog. I like, boy, that shit is a badge.
Yeah.
This shit scared the fuck out of me when I was a baby, but now I may have turned into a monster myself.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's a cool like way to look at it. Cause I watched them when I was a kid. I didn't watch them as much though until I got older. But Freddy Krueger and Jason both scared the hell out of me, for sure.
Yeah, man, classic. And just the imagery. It's especially like I said, the Memphis influence with Skinny Pimp, Gangsta Black.
Yep.
3-6. Oh man, I could play a fly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tom Ski Mask. We got all that underground shit too, and it had that kind of hard. He always had that kind of horror vibe.
Absolutely, and I noticed that DJ Paul and them they used to sample a lot of horror movie scores as into their beats.
Yeah.
One of my favorite horror movies, Brain Scan. They sampled that. They sampled the theme to one of them movies. And that's just what 3 6 was on, and Memphis in general.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I love them. Like when I first got into rap, it was Bone, and 3 6 is how I started.
Yeah.
What made me want to listen to it. But heck yeah, man. So you're working on the new project, you said?
Yes, sir. So right now I'm gonna try to give a original song, try to give a remix, and try to put a couple back. You know,
Yeah.
Try to keep the momentum going with current content, and you know, we not all the time I have dedicated right now, Chad, outside of my family and learning how to balance my family, my work, and my passion, which, you know, we tend to want to go to our passion and just put all our energy right there. I'm trying to figure out how I can give a little bit of my time to everybody where everybody's balanced and cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to go 5 straight on my music head first and come out of that bitch and I ain't got nothing left for nobody.
Right.
But you can't do that. So right now I'm just learning how to juggle it. I want to give people fresh new music without starving them 60 or 90 days for an album. And I got room to improve because, you know, I get some assistance. We can start getting some posts weekly and kind of putting out other content than just music. You know, I think we'll really see some growth there too. So I got a lot of room to improve, you know, because right now, currently, the only content I give my people is music videos.
Well, any way we can help, bro, I'd love to help you. If you want to do any kind of stuff like that, I'd always be down to help you do something like that.
Yeah, I'll admit that it's not my forte.
No, I get it, yeah, for sure. But the good thing about it is, that's why the things that are cool about these interviews is people get to see behind the curtain and kind of just look into who.
Behind the music.
Yeah, behind who
see
you.
the person.
Yeah.
And like I told him, a lot of people will watch these over and over and over again and they study, especially if it's a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They study your movements and study how you interact, and you know, it gives them something to be hopeful for,
Right.
and they starve and they want more.
Yeah.
Especially when they hear something in your story that's similar to what they went through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's why I speak so freely, not to interrupt you. That's why I speak so freely on the down. You know, you can't tell a story without the good and the bad, Dick, because everybody's had some struggles, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit that we all look fucked up, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, people just run from that. You
Yeah.
know? But anyway.
Yeah. Well, dude, we really appreciate you, man. This has been awesome, and hopefully we'll get to link with you again.
This is definitely a bucket list.
Absolutely,
For sure.
dog. Hey, and look, man, shout out to ChadArmesTV, bitch. If y'all will keep that content pushing out the way that y'all doing and basically covering all the commentary for the country rap scene, bitch, you gonna go, dog.
Yeah.
Keep it up, baby.
We appreciate you, dog. That's love, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.